authentic to yourself. I wrote a whole presentation about this, and I've been thinking about doing it for a while too, because I'm embracing being authentic to myself. And you can, as you can see, you can already see me embracing my authentic self in my hijab, in my abaya, in my very, very original, in my nice glasses, the fancy. I get lots of compliments. So let's talk about authentic self. What is being authentically you? Being authentic to yourself means being true to yourself. So one good example of being authentic to yourself is me being a Muslim. I am currently a Muslim, and this is going to be a very big shock to a lot, and for the very few who have been seeing signs, hello, this is it, guys. Okay, so some characteristic of authentic people: they are true to themselves. And what does being true to themselves mean? Embracing yourself, expressing their feelings honestly. I am expressing my feelings about, for example, religion. Also, I became a full-time content creator and influencer, so this is me embracing it. I enjoy it. I'm passionate about it, and since I really embraced it, because I was doing it like part-time for fun, but now as I embraced it like a real job, like this is me, this is part of me, something I enjoy, something that brings me income, and according to my personality, it rhymes with me. So this is really good. Hey guys, when you become authentic to yourself, like when you're honest to yourself, but it's not easy, because you really have to make decisions, you have to have strategies, you have to go deep, you have to go inwards. So another characteristic of being authentic is willing to acknowledge their limitations. Yes, so you have to accept, like, this is my limitation and this is where I'm good at, and coming to having an agreement on that is a whole other conversation that you need to have, you versus you, not you versus someone else. The validation needs to come from inside, from yourself, and not from anyone else. Taking responsibility for their actions. So people who are authentic, they take the responsibility for themselves. Like, they know, if like now I decided to be a content creator, so this is me responsible for my choices and the options that I've decided to, like, to partake. So a person does not pretend to be someone who they're not. So you have to be you, because if you're not being you and people just assume, don't be this, don't do that. Like, a lot of people are telling me choosing to be an influencer or as social media, like being in the social media in general, is a very risky thing. Risk is my middle name. Hey, it is my middle name. I enjoy it. I know people take it lightly, and I don't know why they are not being authentic to themselves, because they're trying to project their ideas of how I should be or how I should act. But this is me. This is what you get. So another one that I found is you have to be vulnerable and don't hide your emotions or struggles. What I can say, let me give you an example of being vulnerable. I used to think that I was vulnerable, but when you be authentic to yourself, you go deeper, like deep inside you, like yourself, without any external validation or having a conversation with anyone. You're just having conversations with yourself, and then you're asking yourself, okay, so this is it, this is the decision I'm doing. Am I comfortable? Am I going to be okay if this happens or that happens? Like, I'm telling you, you have to go deep to yourself, have the conversations. And you don't have, and when you're having these conversations, there are emotions that are going to be provoked, and the emotions, you don't have to hide your emotions. You have to deal with your emotions and the struggles and the joy that come with it, all in all. So a person who doesn't compromise their integrity or their personal gain. So when you're becoming authentic to yourself, or you are authentic to yourself, I'm telling you, you don't compromise your integrity. Your integrity has to stay put and firm, no matter what any other person says, because your personal values and matter to you, and your voice is important. It matters. It needs to be heard, And again, who does not want to be comfortable anywhere they go? Duh. Aha. A person who does not pretend to know everything and is open to learning from others. Yes. As much as you're being authentic to yourself, you have to have an open mind and an open heart. So normally, when we are having conversations with my sisters nowadays, we are normally telling each other, of course, we do not agree on a lot of things. We disagree to agree, or we have to see, we have to like come to a common understanding or not. So this means that you have to understand or have an open communication. I'm telling you, communication is not as easy as people think. Communication looks easy, but you know, some things they say when they say actions speak louder. Saying is easier, but doing, the action of doing, hey, or partaking in that thing that you have said that you're going to partake it, like learning from other person, having an open mind, it's a challenge that we need, that people should have to like have an open heart, open mind, and don't pretend to know. If you don't know, tell them I don't know. Like these tabs, you know, I went somewhere with my sisters, and then these tabs, we are trying every way of opening them. We're trying to open the knob, no, tapping on the knob, nothing, sensor, nothing. But you know, if you just kept quiet and wondered, oh, or felt ashamed that you don't know how to use it, and just left without washing your hands or using it, that's like, what you mean? Just ask the person next to you or someone who is around, how, excuse me, hello ma'am, hello sir, how can I use this? Of course they will be able to assist you. This is you being yourself, you being vulnerable, this is you being you. And also, this is my first time having this conversation. This is me being vulnerable, me being myself. Oh my gosh, on camera. Okay, if I'm weird, don't worry. So the importance of being authentic, improved relationships. So when you're authentic to yourself, your relationships, and relationship does not mean that you and your partner. Relationships are in many forms. You and your colleague, you and your neighbor, you and your roommate, you and your teacher, you and, like, it's a whole, relationships are everywhere, and different types of relationship coexist. So authenticity fosters trust and open communication, allowing you to form deeper connection with others and in improved relationships. Let's say when it comes to work, people like when you're authentic to yourself and express yourself, just like I am expressing myself now in regards to work. This is me in content, and when I'm being authentic to myself and having conversation with you guys, telling you, oh, this is what I do, it fosters and strengthens our relationship in what I do, and it correlates with other people in general too. So greater self-confidence. When you're true to yourself, you gain confidence in your abilities and decisions, which lead to a more satisfying and successful life. Hey, this one, oh, now I'm I picked some habits here and there, and I love them. So it builds confidence. It's true. You know, before being, like, I was authentic to myself, but being more authentic to myself, it increased my confidence levels from like here to here, and I'm working to build them. And like, you know, you building and knowledge does not have like a finite end. It's something that's infinite. Okay, am I confusing which is which? Okay, you know what I was saying. When you're true to yourself, you gain confidence in your abilities, decisions, which leads to a more satisfying and successful life. It is true. Very, very true. Emotional well-being. Being authentic helps you cultivate emotional resilience and face challenges with a positive outlook. Very, very true. I cannot stress more on this. So let me take an example of being of the emotional well-being. As a part, I'm those people that love yoga and meditation. I'm those yogis. I am those yogis deep. So the physical yoga, I normally do it maybe like 5 times a week, and it depends with what I want to do, or the time frame, or what I'm in the mood for. Yeah, so I, as a person, personally, because I'm an empath or because I enjoy it, and so many reasons, I'm taking my emotional well-being very serious. Sometimes I keep forgetting that I'm supposed to look at the camera, which is bad habit, but I am learning. Maybe I should have the camera here instead of there, or maybe I should. Okay, let me just continue. Developing self-awareness is a crucial part of your authentic self. By understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you can take more conscious choices that align with your true self. And some of these strategies are reflection and journaling, however you want to pronounce it. Let me tell you, something that I came to embrace is being true to how I pronounce things. How you pronounce things depends with the school you went to, where you were raised, how you were raised. And one thing I learned in Qatar, from Qatar, is Qatar is a multicultural, very diverse country. And let me take an example. You can find a Nepali person or someone from this is just an example. Someone will pronounce something like the wrong way. I've remembered a specific example. Somebody came and told me, "Hello, sir." Clearly, I am female, I am mom, but their confidence in because for some of them, not Swahili, English is not their first language, and they're learning as they work or learning as you go. So I like their confidence that they came confidently at me and they were like, "Hello, sir, how are you?" I know I am not sir, but that is their learning progress, or how they pronounce things. They pronounce it wrongly, but the confidence they have. And there is you who cannot pronounce maybe what? Conscious. Some people pronounce conscious, some people pronounce conscience. Like, people have different ways of pronouncing things, or they need to twang when talking, like I don't know why they have to twang, or they have to sound more Americanized. Like you having your, let me say for example, my African accent, or the accents I have, because I am bilingual, I speak multiple languages, so I have heavy accents. And let me tell you, I'm very proud, I'm very confident. I normally don't think about it unless someone points it out, and I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? People out here, I'm telling you, like, a very good place to like be strong-willed about your accent and acceptance of how you speak or how you sound is in Qatar. Let me tell you, these people made me appreciate myself more, because people are just being themselves out here. You're the one who is struggling, wanting to sound different. But anyway, I hope you just go back to yourself, go deep, and work on that. So that is part of self-reflection and journaling. So by journaling, you can have a notebook. You don't have to have like a fancy notebook or a somewhere fancy to write. You can just use an exercise book and journal, which helps you in like calming yourself, regulating your moods, writing your thoughts, and they help you to organize and understand them better. Assessing personal values helps. Personal values helps, like, sometimes your personal values can be depending on how you, like, maybe day to day, maybe at work or somewhere, you go somewhere and maybe somebody offers you something you don't take. Let's give an example. Someone told me that I should take off my hijab. I'm like, no, I'm not going to compromise on that. This is me. So you can either have me as I am or not. And this is it. That's it. Colors. Or some people, you tell them you don't consume alcohol and they're like, what? So what is your idea of fun? People have fun without alcohol. It's pretty normal, but see, depending on where you are or places you take yourself to, or that's where you being true to yourself, you don't compromise on your personal values. Opening yourself up to others, managing expectations and boundaries. This year I learned to say no as a full statement. I normally say no as a full statement but I learned to say no, like no. Imagine, no, colors, no and no. There's nothing more to that. So managing expectations and boundaries. Saying no is an essential skill to master when building authenticity. It can be difficult to deny others' requests or expectations, especially if you're a people pleaser. However, understanding your own feelings, one's needs, allows you to prioritize them, even if this means occasionally disappointing others. Yes, you have to put yourself first. You have to put your goals. You have to put God. You have to prioritize yourself. If something, maybe example, if the job offer, you want a job that pays let's say 3,000, and they offer you 1,000, so you just telling them no is a full statement. You don't have to like explain yourself much. Or if you feel like you'll not find other opportunities, baby, let me tell you, there's so many opportunities out there. They're going to come to you. You have to, it's all in the mind. They say, as a man thinketh. There is this statement from I'll find it and then include it. So you have to practice saying no by using assertive language, such as, I appreciate your offer, but I cannot attend the event, or I cannot take on this extra work at the moment. Be firm, be clear and polite in your communication. This I have learned. This I am learning. This I am unlearning. This I am relearning. Another point, self-care. Self-care is an important aspect of developing authenticity. Focusing on your physical, emotional, and mental well-being helps you better understand your needs, desires. By prioritizing your self-care, you build a stronger connection with yourself. So in self-care, you can categorize them. Personally, I have categories of self-care, and number one is physical self-care. Physical self-care: engage in regular exercise, eating a balanced diet, get enough sleep to maintain a healthy body and mind. My number two in self-care is emotional self-care. Understand and express your emotions in a healthy way. Be compassionate towards yourself and seek out a supportive relationship with others. So emotional self-care can mean you going to therapy, you talking to other people, you talking kindly and softly to yourself, because let me tell you, it starts here in the mind. This is where everything is at. So when you think of yourself as a loser, then what happens? But if you think of yourself as a winner, if you think that I can do this, you can do this, I can and I will. So how you talk to yourself is you nourishing your brain. Okay, so there's mental. This is emotional, but I think I mix emotional and mental. So let's go to mental self-care. Mental self-care means manage stress by practicing mindfulness, meditation, or other relaxation techniques. Foster a growth mindset and challenge a self-negative talk. So personally, every day I listen to podcast affirmations. I talk to myself in a very calm way, in a very energizing way. In like I keep feeding myself all the goodness.